Hello everyone, I am Tacit, and today we are going to be going over the new version 7.1 patch of Gems of War, the Paragon's Path. So this is going to be a brief summary going over everything. We read the full changelog last night on stream, and I just kind of want to summarize all the more major points. If you do want to see this full changelog in its entirety, it will be linked in the description below. So let's start getting into it. So of course, this is a bit of a smaller patch. We did just have the big 7.0. However, this patch is geared primarily around benefiting you more for leveling your account. Of course, one thing that we've had in the game for quite a while at level 1000 plus, you would get like 100 glory and an event key every single time you would end up getting a level. But of course, it's pretty dated, been in the game for like 4 or 5, 6 years or so. And they finally ended up updating it some while also giving a bunch of benefits for the lower level. Essentially, how this works now is there are tiers. So as you go, and if we go over to hero level here, essentially, as you level up, aside from getting the previous reward, you'll also be able to go and get additional rewards. So new keys that end up unlocking some loot, which we'll be opening some, as well as doing a whole key opening video for in a little bit. You can end up getting gems. I'm not sure what the other tiers have, but Dragonite, bunch of runes, most importantly, writs. And you can get quite a bit of it. And of course, you can spend a little bit of money to end up getting some extra rewards. For the most part, it's not too much, especially given how long it's going to take to go through these levels. Like the amount of time we've been in the 1,500 to 2,000 category has been literal years. So it's not too much relative to be able to get all the extra rewards, but it's only just extra loot. So these are pretty skippable as far as like needing to buy them, as there's no unique loot. It's just more resources to kind of help progress as you level up, and gives you kind of more incentive to end up leveling up, because you end up knowing, like, oh, if you end up leveling up, you might be able to get something for that level, more than what you normally would. Like, let's see, where am I in my level right here? So if we go all the way down to, like, our level, we could see that our next reward is going to be something like these new keys. So if we end up doing that, we'll get 2, and technically 7 if we have the bigger pass thingy. And yeah, we can kind of look forward to that. Then we like have a little bit of gems. Basically, just a little extra thing to end up rewarding you for getting levels. And it helps you throughout the entire game, giving you resources that are more geared towards what a part of the game that you're in. I'm not sure exactly what the lower tiers give, as I don't have an account at every single one of these lower brackets. But I assume it's just resources that, you know, would help you in that area. So you might end up getting like more trait stones or something in this, whereas there's like no trait stones in the later section. Whereas in the later section, you get things that you kind of need in late game, like writs and gems and various resources like that. Overall, basically just extra loot for leveling up. They also added a new way to be able to level a little bit easier, which I actually like a lot how they end up doing this. So basically, we have 3 new daily tasks now. So this will take a little bit longer, of course, now. However, they are pretty optional, which is nice. The only thing that you get for doing these 3 daily tasks is a 15-minute EXP boost. This EXP boost is a little bit different than other EXP boosts, as it actually doubles your amount of EXP for the 15-minute duration. And all you have to do is just do these 3 tasks, and then you can end up claiming this 15-minute boost. However, there's an interesting mechanic, quote-unquote, I'm not sure if it's intended, it might be intended, that you can end up doing with these EXP boosts. They do not get consumed immediately. If you click claim here after you've done these 3 missions, it will be claimed immediately. Like, you click claim on this, boom, you got 15 minutes. However, if you don't claim it on a given day, as in you do these 3 tasks, and then you don't claim it, like you finish everything here, but you don't claim the EXP, what will happen is you will get something in your mail. And it is the Hero Path daily test rewards. You may notice a specific time here. This is a 7-day timer. It says 6 days, but you can't see the minutes and everything else, the hours, minutes, everything. But this is a 7-day timer, which means you can stall these EXP rewards for up to 7 days. Realistically, like 6 days, because you probably used on that last day, but for about 6-ish days. So a couple things that you can do with this. One of them is, if you're busy throughout the week, you can go and stall all of them until the weekend. So you do it through Monday to Friday. You stall all of them and don't use a single one. So you do the 3 daily tasks, but which should only take like 5-10 minutes. They're pretty easy, most of them. So let's say 10 minutes tops. You do those little tasks. You then don't claim it. Don't click the claim it on it. And then it will go to your mail the following day. And then it will last for a week. So then on the weekend, on like Saturday and Sunday, where you might have more time to play, you can then claim like an hour and a half of these rewards. And you can claim them all individually too. So for example, if we had, well, I don't have multiple here right now since it's the first day since the patch, but let's say we had 2 of them here. While you could claim both of them, claim all, and it would stack them. So if I claim 2 of them at once, we'd get a 30-minute. If I claim 4 at once, 60 minutes. However, if you don't have that much time to play consecutively, but you still want to use them throughout the weekend, you could just use them one at a time. So we could still claim this singular one, click claim on this one, not claim all, and then we would get the 15 minutes. And then at a later point during that weekend, we can go and maybe claim 2 of them for 30 minutes and so on and so forth. So you can delay these for up to a week and use them at your convenience. Just make sure to never click this claim all button, which is going to be a little bit annoying to claim your dailies one at a time. I wish this was a resource you could just activate. Would be a lot more convenient. But still, this basically allows you to use on the weekend. However, there's another thing you could use it for. Guess what's around the corner? We have Guild Wars next week. Guess what Guild Wars does when you win? It gives you a 100% extra EXP bonus, not to be confused with double. 100% EXP bonus, as in this number right here goes up by 100%. So my 195 would go up to 295. And we don't know exactly how this double will end up interacting with this. However, if it moves that 295 to, which is, let's just say 300%, to 600%, that's pretty good. And even if it doesn't, still being able to get whatever the double does on top of the 100% that you would have from a Guild War win, still a lot of EXP, the most you could ever get within the game at any given time. So you can basically stack them for that and do it then. Or stack them for the weekends, or of course stack them for something like a Vault event. And you could very easily do it by just quick killing. So of course, just go to Explore, use like quick kill Rowan, quick kill Dust Devil. So for example, you could use a team like this. This is one of the cheaper teams that you have access to. Rowan for free from Forest Thorns, Leprechaun to get full mana off of Empower, Mirage Queen for the 50% mana start to Elemental, which of course affects Rowan, and Hero to Exist, which you also get free class XP for that if you still need a level in a hero class. And of course, there's also the super quick kill, which is just poke them with a Dust Devil. And you can win about 6 times per minute. And the only thing that matters when it comes to gaining XP for a battle is how many troops you kill. So the quicker you can end up killing, the more XP you'll be able to rack up. And you basically just do either those 2 teams, win 4 to 6 times per minute, and claim a ridiculously high amount of XP. And as you can see right here, we did a battle, and our XP is still intact. It does not get used when you do a battle. It simply only gets consumed when you click claim or that timer expires. So, yeah, it's a really, really nice feature to be able to get more XP, which of course has a lot more rewards now with this hero leveling thing that we just mentioned. So that's basically the whole tie-in there. And if you don't care about EXP at all, well, you can just completely ignore these dailies. You don't even need to do them. And if you do care about them, but you don't have time to do it every single day, well, just do these 3 dailies and then stall them till the weekend or whatever other time that you might have more time. So overall, honestly, I really like this. It's really optional, but if you do decide to do it, there's a lot of different ways that you can end up utilizing your XP, as well as delaying the XP to when you have more time. Anyways, one other feature that you may have saw here, of course, what's this resource? We keep getting like this key here. In this case, if you're level 1000 plus, an Exalted key. So this is a new resource that was added to the game. Overall, they're about this equivalence of a gem key, kind of. It reminds me of like the resources of a glory key combined with like the effective drop table of a gem key. As far as what troops it's pulling from, I have no clue. It seems to be a really weird drop table that's kind of irrelevant. I would definitely not be opening these with any hopes of getting good troops, that's for sure. You're mostly doing it for the resources and just for, you know, this is the extra loot that you guys, you level up. So how this resource bonus works is you will only roll 1 troop. So it's a 100% chance you will roll 1 single troop. And for the most part, it's about the same as a gem key, except the legend chance is a little bit higher. I think the legend chance on the gem key is like, what, 2% or so? Or is this a 2.9? But it has the same mythic chance as a gem key, so you can basically just say it's like a gem key in a sense. However, these bonus rewards work, I guess, kind of like how a glory or gold key does. Essentially, how this is you will have a 100% chance you will get glory. You have a 100% chance you will get souls. But then it'll individually roll every single one of these simultaneously. So a 40% chance you can get diamonds, and a 30% chance you can get writs, and curse runes, and dragonite, so on and so forth. So it is possible that you roll like diamonds and curse runes, or diamonds and writs and dragonite, so on and so forth. Or you could roll none of them, or you could roll all of them. So for example, if we go open one of them right here, we can end up seeing, we will end up getting glory here, that's guaranteed. We will end up getting souls here, that's guaranteed. We'll end up getting a troop here, which is guaranteed. And there you see, our troop. And then we get all the RNG rolls, and of course we roll none. Wonderful example. So here's our guaranteed glory. Here's our guaranteed souls. Here's our guaranteed troop in a second. Come on, troop. Get in there. And here is some rolls on resources. There we go. We got writs. That's one of the better ones. And that's the only one we roll. Come on. I want to see a multi-roll here. Come on. 1 multi-roll. So we get our glory. Guaranteed. We get our souls. Guaranteed. We get our troop. Guaranteed. And we get... Come on. Some rolls. Okay, we got one singular diamond. Come on, I want to see a multi-roll. Come on, how many we're gonna have to do to get a multi-roll? But how many percents are there? You would expect it would be that bad to end up getting one. Come on, come on. Okay, those 3 are guaranteed. We already knew that. And then, okay, we get our Orb of Wisdom. Not really a good one, but hey, look at that. We just rolled a 0.4, yet we can't multi-roll these. Go figure. It's a little unfortunate. It is Orb of Wisdom and Orb of Ascension. They did not do random orbs. I really wish they would have there. That would have definitely spiced them up a little bit, as the troop drop table wasn't really too good, so you're mostly just looking for Writs and Dragonite. Relative to the number of resources that they give, those are probably the bigger two. You know what? Let's just do 10 at a time. Okay, we're just going to do all 10. Boom. Skip all. All right, let's see what we get here. So we got a legend there. No mythic, of course, so it's only 0.1%. We got some glory. We got some souls, some curse runes, some diamonds, a little bit of dragonite there, and a bunch of writs. So you can see it's kind of like a mix of, like, it's basically a glory key combined with a gem key in a sense, except the drop table's a little bit different. And as far as what troops it's pulling from, I have no clue. It's a really weird drop table that isn't dropping that many. As you can see here, we only got, like 6 different unique ones, and it's mostly just repeating those. So the drop table for troops, horrible. However, these resources, kind of interesting. Particularly getting things like the Dragonites and Writ Rolls, as these are for deeds, of course, and this is for potentially an upcoming patch. It does seem like Dragonite might have a soon-to-be-coming new feature in the near future, either in 7.2 or 7.3, probably by the end of this year. So it's not guaranteed that it will, but it does look like we might be getting a feature soon that will be using Dragonite again. So if you haven't finished your Diamantina grind, this will help you with that. And if you have, well, there might be a new feature soon that will be using those Dragonites. So kind of nice to have a little bit more. But that's basically how they work. 100% soul for the glory, 100% for the souls, and just a chance that you get all the other little bit of loot. Overall, are these keys particularly good? No. However, it's just a little bit extra for when you get your levels, so just a little thing to look forward to. Like if I get another level, we'll have 7 of these keys. And, you know, while that won't be like game-breaking amount of loot, it's better than what we were getting before, so it's just a little bit extra loot than what you can kind of expect as you get your level. So there's a little bit of something to kind of encourage leveling a little bit more, aside from the already existing rewards. Shop menu here, I'm not sure why this is here. It just has all the things that already exist. These are just your daily thingies. Ring of Wonder, which is pretty much never worth using, some other thing. Nothing actually special there. Anyways, let's go now into a couple of the other changes. So one of the other bigger changes that you've probably seen if you went into any battle. So Adventurer's Path here, this isn't really particularly relevant unless you're a newer player. It mostly only affects people at a pretty low level, like if you just started the game within the last couple weeks or so, or literally soon. Next, we have the new Battle Pause menu. So this one's a bit weird. You probably already saw it when we went into the battle here, but let me go explain it in a little bit more depth. So if we go into this battle, you can see we have weird numbers now. They end up changing how these work. It's definitely something. I'm not sure what I think about it. It's definitely visually more readable. I'll give them that. Still could use some tweaking. But so there's that. So of course the bigger numbers, things like that, they change how it overlaps a little bit. One other thing they change is how this menu works. So we basically have 3 different sections now. One with the banner and everything. One with basically all the resources, so you can end up seeing how much the enemy has. And one for the mana surge chance. One thing that is oddly enough missing is it doesn't actually fully calculate out your banner bonus. So for example, right now, if you look at this, you might think like, oh, we currently have +2 yellow. But no, we actually have +3 yellow. The thing that shows our full breakdown of how much pluses and minuses we have is actually not here anymore. Hopefully they'll add that as a 4th one, or, you know, add it to one of these other menus. Not sure what they're going to do with that. But like right now, for example, we have Air Link. So our actual yellow bonus is not 2, but 3. So of course our banner is +2, +1, -1. But that is not our total amount of bonus, and you can't actually see that anywhere anymore. I do like where they moved the timer and everything, and it is overall just a little bit better to be able to kind of visually see this stuff. But they end up removing some data, which is not ideal. But yeah, they basically cleaned up this menu, but in doing so, removed the total amount of mana that you're getting as a quick overview menu. Of course, it's pretty easy to calculate out on most teams, but still a little bit annoying that it is gone. Also, can you not have 10%? Like, for example, right there, we got an extra yellow, but if you look at our like banner thingy right there, it wouldn't have showed there. Even though we have +3, you know, it just shows us +2 on that menu. So you can't actually see that anymore. But hopefully they'll end up tweaking that a little bit. But overall, just visually looks a little bit cleaner there. Though the bigger text in the battles do look a little bit clunky. Hopefully it'll find some kind of other in-between. I don't know. I still am not fully a fan of the new visual change in battle. I would definitely say it's an improvement compared to before as far as readability, but could still use a bit of tweaking. Anyways, aside from that, any other pretty big important things? This, pretty irrelevant. Achievements, you'll literally just type one thing into chat and just do your dailies once. Though do keep in mind, I actually haven't claimed this yet in a sense, because this achievement triggers once you claim your EXP for the day. And since I've been delaying all of mine, and by all of mine, I mean the only singular one we have, I haven't actually gotten this yet. So you do actually have to specifically claim the EXP for the day in order to end up getting that achievement. And they end up making a couple general changes here. For the most part, nothing really worth mentioning. Mostly just pretty basic stuff, though they have added some things since I just realized since I last read this last night. No, it's still not anything relevant though. Still just a bunch of general stuff, as it kind of says, and just a bunch of bug fixes. So overall, that's basically it. It's basically just the little bit of a new system here, and it's pretty optional. You don't have to go for this EXP. If you completely don't care about EXP, you can just ignore these dailies. And if you don't mind spending like the 5 or 10 minutes for 15 minutes of double XP, then, well, you can end up doing it. And if you don't have time to do it throughout the week, well, you can still do the dailies throughout the week and then just stall all your XP until later. Or inversely, I'm not sure if I mentioned this earlier, but you can also, if you still want this XP, but you don't want to spend more time per day necessarily, you can actually start your daily with this and finish this as your first daily that you do. Then when you're doing all your other dailies, you'll have the 15 minutes of extra EXP. And while this isn't the most efficient way to end up using it, compared to just like spam killing Explore 1, it would allow you to spend 0 additional time in the game, as you would be able to start with this daily, do all your other dailies while having the 15 minutes of extra XP, and you would basically not have used any extra time other than the few minutes that it would have taken to go and do these tasks. So there is that option, or you can just stall them. Ideally for either a weekend, a guild war, or Vault Event weekend could end up working pretty well, because while you're verse farming, you're pretty much winning 6 times per minute as well, doing Dust Devil or Ruin Quick Kill, and you know, you can get a lot of loot while still farming for Vault Events. So overall, it's basically an XP update. It just makes leveling a little bit more rewarding, while also giving a daily tie to it. And if you don't care about XP, you can basically ignore almost every single thing that happened in this patch. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much a rundown for now. If you still have any other questions, feel free to leave in the comment section below. If you want to see the patch notes in its entirety, it's also linked down there in the description if you want to go and check that out. And I hope you all have a wonderful week. Catch you guys later. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.